So if you're following Johnny Depp, you've probably seen articles like this one here about Margot Robbie replacing him in Pirates. Now, that news is old. We know it's not going to happen. If it did happen, well, it probably wouldn't have been so good. But this article has a slightly different angle than I've seen. It's from January 29th, about a month ago, but they say something different like this. Margot Robbie could have replaced Jack Sparrow and fixed a POTC problem. So what they're saying is, if they had Margot Robbie in there, she could have fixed a problem that pirates have, and the problem they have, well, the problem is because Johnny's in it. And the problem is that people like Johnny so much that the franchise is tied to him. Now, on one hand, I could see for them how that might be a problem if they really think they could continue without Johnny. But the fact is, it's not a problem. What you do is you end it with Johnny, and then let's put on our thinking caps here. You do something else. You don't make Pirates movies. You make another franchise. You make another Pirates franchise with Margot Robbie, but it's not in the Caribbean and it has nothing to do with it. And then people would be like, okay, maybe I'll see it. It's got nothing to do with the world of Jack Sparrow and any of that. It's a completely new series in a completely new place. So if you like pirate movies from Disney, maybe you'll see it. And it doesn't matter. Come on. The fan base who's following Pirates is the Johnny fan base. I can't imagine for sure. We have no perfect statistics on how many fans are fans of just the Pirates of the Caribbean, no matter who's in it, but I gotta guess it's a real low percentage. While the original Pirates of the Caribbean movies, particularly the later sequels, were centered around Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow to a fault, Margot Robbie's canceled Pirates of the Caribbean 6 could have fixed this. So it was a fault that it was around Jack Sparrow. What a big mistake that was. All right, maybe they could have balanced it better. I get what they're trying to say, but it's in vain. What's the point? It's better if they just accept that Johnny had become the face of the franchise, and pretty much always was. While series star Johnny Depp's legal troubles have been blamed for the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise's 5-year absence from cinema screens, the truth is that the blockbuster series was in trouble before the proceedings began. Well, nothing ever keeps going up, and up. I mean, every single series that gets to like part 4, 5, things like that kind of plateaus out to a certain extent. So are they trying to say it would have been going up somehow? Nothing does. It wouldn't have. And wait a minute, who caused those legal troubles? They phrase it as if that was somehow Johnny's fault. They should have phrased it like this. Because Amber Heard got Johnny in these legal troubles, he was unable to make Pirates movies. Something to that extent. Don't just say, because of Johnny's legal troubles, that was Johnny's fault, maybe? Is that the implication? They say the reviews gradually worsened. I mean, show me a series that was really good from parts 1, 2, and 3, and then kept going up and getting better and better. I guess there's like some dumb action movies, like the Triple X series and things like that. No offense if you like it, I've never seen them. But maybe they stay steady because it's not actually anything you're getting as a progression. They're just all the same, whatever. But I'd assume if we check that out, they go down too, and mostly everything goes down. It seems like at about sometime after part 3, after it's had like its trilogy kind of, they all start going down a little bit. But I'm no expert, and I guess Screen Rant is. And they say Dead Man's Tale could have ended it perfectly, but they went on to make one centering around Johnny. That wasn't a great idea. That didn't do so good. And maybe that's the case. But even so, saying Margot Robbie could fix that is incorrect. There's nothing to fix. If it peters out, if it fizzled out, even with Johnny in it, well, it's not going to go any much higher by replacing him. And they say Johnny's chances of getting back in the series improved, after the news that Robbie's reboot was canceled, and also they leave out after the news that Johnny won the case in Virginia. Let's include things, Screen Rant, that are like huge, factual, relevant things. They still say that wouldn't necessarily be good for the series. And you know what? It would. And you know what? Now that the case played out, it would be really good. There's no doubt in my mind that everything I just said would now be wrong because we'd have an exception now. We'd have somebody who people are now much more dying to see because of what he went through. So if the case never happened, maybe 6 would be like, okay, pretty good. Johnny's in it. All right, it's just part 6 out of how many parts, like I said. But now, I'd go see it. I wouldn't have thought of seeing it. There are fans that would see it multiple times probably to support Johnny. So, what's happened in actuality, they're not even taking into account that if Johnny came back now, because of the court case, it would do fantastic. I'm sure some of them know that, but I guess they're playing political games. They can't admit it, and they might not even make the movie because they want to be right. They want to be right about everything they said before the trial ended. So, okay, it's their loss. They say because Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley left, that wasn't a good thing. And that's true. Hey, those two were great. There was some great things around Johnny about pirates, Orlando Bloom and Knightley being one of them, but they weren't really necessary to move forward. And they have to say, because Johnny was in Dead Men Tell No Tales, it underperformed. That's right. Because of Johnny, Dead Men Tell No Tales underperformed. Now you can see how great Screen Rant's opinion is. And if you read an article they have about how good Disney Star Wars is, just remember, this is about the level of brain power they're operating on. Why isn't Margot Robbie's Pirates of the Caribbean movie happening? Well, I don't know. And I don't really care. Unless it's happening because they're putting Johnny in. Anyway, I found this one interesting. Although the topic's been covered quite a few times, I haven't seen this angle before. Let me know what you think down below. I'm doing pop culture, entertainment, things like that. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. And if you don't consider it and don't subscribe, I'll be pretty sad. But I'll get over it. Yeah, my sweater's got a rip. I kind of like it though. It fits right and everything. And I got wardrobe problems. See you next time.